in two parts. The first 30 to 35 minutes, I will talk about the various manuscripts and writing materials of ancient times. And in the second part, I will try to explain the evolution of ancient Indian scripts, especially South Indian scripts, because in northern part the scripts number is several, so it's very difficult to explain in 1 hour. So let's begin without much delay. So yes, you all know India has history of more than 5,000 years at least. During the history extending over these 5,000 years, India has produced a large large wealth of literature. This vast knowledge treasure was written on different kinds of materials like birch bark, we call them Burjapatra, and then palm leaf, Talapatra, and cloth, wood, stone, and paper, etc. India perhaps has one of the oldest and largest collection of manuscripts in the world. They are in the custody of different institutions like libraries, museums, monasteries, mutts, mosques, and even individual house. Many of them have disappeared, and a large number are in a state of damaged or decay. So we already have lost huge manuscript collections in Buddhist monasteries like Nalanda, Takshashila, and Vikramashila. Takshashila at the north west front of India was destroyed by the foreign aggression, and you are well known about the Nalanda. Nalanda library, known as Dharmaganj, had three sections: Ratnadadi, Ratnasagara, and Ratna Rajata. So Ratnadadi was a 9-storied library. So Bakhtiyar Khilji destroyed it completely, and his soldiers use the manuscript, those valuable manuscript they used for boiling water. So let us hope no more Khilji is born in modern time, and let us take a step to save these manuscripts for future and further decay and damage that will destroy them. So etymologically, manuscript means something that is handwritten. As I quoted there, the Antiquities Art Treasure Act 1972 defines manuscript as any manuscript, record, or other document which is of scientific, historical, literary, or aesthetic value, and which has been in existence for not less than 75 years. That is the limit. Minimum, it has to be older than 75 years. So a manuscript is a handwritten composition on paper, cloth, metal, bark of tree, palm leaf, or any other material. In India, manuscripts are written in various languages and scripts. We will come to that part in the later. So the major manuscripts are found in Sanskrit language. In the ancient times, the earlier method of transferring the knowledge uh, to new generation was oral through schools called what we call Gurukula system. But it was quite difficult on the part of the learners to remember all the teachings of their gurus. From then, the writing for recording the knowledge were initiated. At the first step, knowledge was expressed through symbolic drawings, and then words, and after the development of many languages took place. In India, it is estimated that there are more than 5 million, 50 lakh manuscripts have been recorded in catalogs. Especially the work is done by NMM, National Mission for Manuscripts, New Delhi. 60,000 manuscripts are available in European countries, means European libraries. And more than 150,000 manuscripts are available, are kept in South Asian or other Asian countries. For cataloging the manuscript, many efforts have been made in India. According to NMM survey, I have given the whole number here, so you can see percentage of manuscripts according to the language wise also I have given. Sanskrit is 67%, other Indian languages are 25%, and Arabic, Persian, Tibetan, and other minor languages are 8% in the numbers. So let's go to the writing materials in South India. So this is the position to write a manuscript. So you can see Acharya is writing a text in Tadapatra. So writing material in India. So we do not know exactly when manuscripts began to be written in India. The oral tradition of recitation and memorization was extraordinarily strong in early Indian culture and has continued into modern times also. It is still possible to meet Pandits who know seemingly impossible volumes of scholarly Sanskrit literature by heart. So, and memorization has always been thought of as essential to true learning in India. So, yet in spite of this strong privileging of memorization through all periods of Indian history, it is clear that manuscripts were written and copied in increasingly large numbers, probably from the last centuries of before Christ, maybe one or second. So we get the um, some evidences in Tripitakas, Bauddha Tripitakas. They documented the Buddha's teachings. As soon as the method of writing was introduced and extensively used by the Indians, the question of writing materials became gradually prominent. So numerous materials were taken into consideration in the early periods for making more or less permanent records of civilization. The writing materials thus occupy a very distinguished place in the cultural history of India. It may be that those materials were not used all at time, but there is no doubt as regards their existence as writing materials. One text name is Rayapaseni. It mentions some materials. I have quoted that Pattaga, Kambiya, Granthi. You can see these are all materials which are used for writing a manuscript. So the first main material to write manuscript which was used, it is bark or Burjapatra. So it is very famous in northern part of India. So among the writing materials, the bark or the inner bark of the Burjapatra, the earliest document written on Burjapatra is a portion of Dhammapada in Kharoshti script. I will talk about the Kharoshti script in the later part. So which was discovered from Khotan. It is in POK now, Khotan, by a French traveler. So another manuscript of Samyuktagama, it is also a Buddhist text, Samyuktagama Sutta, written in Sanskrit, was found from Khotan, which belongs to 4th century AD. So beside the other important manuscripts written on Burjapatra are the Godfrey collection. There is a scholar named Godfrey, his collections, and manuscripts in the Bower collection. So, and most importantly, the Gilgit manuscript. So maybe some of you have heard about the Gilgit manuscript. Gilgit is a very prominent place in POK. So in those days, Gilgit was a very center like a Jnana Kendra of Kashmir. So we get hundreds, thousands of manuscript from even these days also. So Gilgit manuscripts of Vinaya Pitaka. We found Vinaya Pitaka from there. So majorly Buddhist texts were found in Gilgit. So the bark or Burjapatra manuscript were mostly available in central, eastern, and western India. The practice of using Burjapatra as a writing material continued also in medieval India. This can be corroborated by Al-Biruni. So I have quoted the Al-Biruni's sentence, what he told. So you can read it yourself. I'm not going to read out. But in South India, we would not get a Burja Patra. Here, the Burja Ruksha only available in the Himalayan range. So we would not get a Burja manuscript in South India because the Burja tree is only available in Himalayan range. Significantly, the life of a manuscript which was written in Burja Patra is considerably very less. So you can see a picture in the left side of your screen. It's a very damaged manuscript. So next, we go to learn about the wooden boards which are used for writing a manuscript. The use of wooden boards as a writing material was also prevalent in India from the earliest time. Even today, in some part of India, shopkeepers, you can see today also, shopkeepers make the rough notes or rough accounts and calculations on wooden board. Students use them in their classroom also. Especially the astrologers. If you go to Kerala and if you go to any astrologer, he will use wooden board for the calculations. So the earliest reference is to be found in Vinaya Pitaka, another Buddhist text, which mentions that Buddhist monks used to write precepts on wooden boards. The Jataka Kathas, also recorded that the wooden boards used as writing material by the elementary school students as known as Phalaka. They called it Phalaka. Wood boards were used as slates by the beginners in the fort to be found in the Lalita Vistara, another Buddhist text. An inscription of the Western Kshatrapa Nahapana mentions the use of wooden boards, phalaka, as writing materials. The epigraphical record further shows that wooden boards were used in the guild hall on which agreements regarding loans were recorded. Katyayana prescribes in his works on legal procedures that complaints should be written on board with chalk or panduleka. So the Sanskrit work, Dashakumara, very famous work, Dashakumara Charita, written by Dandi, refers to the use of varnished wooden boards as writing materials, which further informs us of a royal declaration written on varnished board. Another text, Naishada Charita, also mentions the same. Next, cotton cloth. It is also very important. The pieces of cotton cloth known as pata, patika, or karpasika pata, or kadata. It is we use in Karnataka area as kadata. You can see the left side. There is a picture of black manuscript. It is called as kadata. So were also this cotton cloth also used as writing material in ancient India, especially in South India. To make it suitable for writing, a thick layer of wheat or rice pulp was applied first, and then when it became dried, the surface was rubbed with conch or polished stones, and thus they became glossy and suitable for writing. In Mysore, in our area, however, this cotton cloth was first covered with a paste of tamarind seed before writing, and then blackened with charcoal, and finally letters were written with chalk or stellite pencil in black and white. The people of Mysore used to keep their accounts on books made of these sheets. We call them kadata. These written documents on cotton cloth have been found in so many mutts like Sringeri in Mysore, Suttur mud, and other mutts. And the documents are nearly 300 years old. The Kadatam was also used for writing down the accounts of those mutts, for maintaining the list of copies of Shila Lekha or Tamrapatha, and the list of gurus, etc. So documents written on such sheets were found all over in Karnataka. The earliest mention of cotton cloth as writing materials is found in the writings of some of the Smriti texts. For example, Yagnavalka Smriti, Yagnavalka Samhita or Yagnavalka Smriti, and even Nasik inscription inform us about the documents, both official and private, were written on Patha or Patika or Karpasika. Even Alberini also records that he had been told that the pedigree of a pedigree means Vamsharuksha. So Vamsharuksha was written of a royal family written on silk existed in the fortress of Nagarkot. So a silk band with the list of Jaina Sutras written in ink has been found out in a Jaina library by a Buchler, another scholar. So next is animal skin. So we have ample evidence to show that animal skin was also used as a writing sheet, although religious feelings were against it. So we know that one foreign visitor, Strabo, he noticed an Indian official document on parchment, means skin, on a skin, sent to Augustus Caesar. Buddhist works, especially Buddhist works, include skin among the writing materials. From a reference found in Subandhu's Vasavadatta, a very famous drama in Sanskrit literature, it inferred that skins were used for writing. Even another scholar, Buchler, also noticed in manuscript from Brihat Jnana Kosha. So it is written on a skin or leather, which is kept in a Jaina library in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. So during the exploration of the uh, uh, so many old sites, ancient records, correspondence, etc., written on leather and wood, and some of which bear the date of 3rd century AD. So, as these documents contain Indian characters, it may be said that they migrated from India. Thus, it may be presumed that the use of leather as writing material was not altogether out of use in ancient India. Probably the fact was that leather was not used for copying religious texts. It was employed for secular official correspondence only. So, thus in India, leather was not extensively used in writing due to strong religious sentiment against it. So, next one is very famous, metals. So metals also were widely and popularly used by ancient Indians as writing materials. So you are seeing a metal, a tamra patra, which was found by me myself. So I found that uh, tamra patra in a near temple in Nanjangud near Mysore. So it is a very ancient, maybe 16th or 15th century Tamrapatra. So among the metals used for writing, mention may be made of gold, silver, copper, brass, bronze, iron, and even tin. So gold and silver were used for recording inscriptions. There are many references to writing edicts, literary works, and even land grants on gold plates in Ruru, Kurudhamma, and Jataka Kathas. Writing on silver or plates were discovered in Bhattiprolu. It is in Andhra Pradesh. So the Jaina temple, especially Jaina people used gold and silver for writing extensively. So the Jaina temples generally contain round silver plates with mantras inside on them. Four such Navapada plates with mantras and one plate with Rishi Mandala Yantra were preserved in the temples of Jaina Shvetambaras. It may be mentioned that there are manuscripts written in gilded and silver plated palm leaf in the British Museum. I will later show you those manuscripts. So yeah, as the gold and silver are very costly, writing on them was very rare. But copper plates were perhaps the most widely used writing materials. These are generally designated as Tamrapatra, Tamrapata, Tamrashasana, or Tambrapali, etc. So Shasanapatra, Danapatra, even. So the copper plate was sometimes cast in a mold of sand into which the letters and the emblems had been previously scratched, and then with a stylus and pointed piece of wood. So you in the left side in the Tamrapatra you can see an emblem in the central part of that manuscript. You can see clearly that that emblem contains a picture of uh, elephant. So that is the emblem of that kingdom. So here in Karnataka, elephant was the emblem of Ganga. So maybe this Samrapata belongs to the kingdom of Ganga kings. Okay. So the Sohagora copper plate is also very famous. The earliest find so far discovered was a cast in mold of sand after the letters Fahian, Huyen Sang, the very two famous Chinese pilgrims had also noticed the use of copper plates as writing materials. Fahian recorded in his itinerary that the Buddhist monasteries preserved copper grands, of which uh, mm, some of kings have donated to the vihara. Huyen Sang mentions in his travel diary that after the meeting of the first Buddhist council, Kanishka, that time king, wrote the whole Vinaya text, the whole Pitaka on copper plates, placed them in stone boxes, which were later on deposited in a top made of in a hill in the hilly part of Kashmir. Uh, so bronze, iron and tin was very rarely used as medium of writing. The writing on bronze was found belongs to a very later period. The specimen of writing on iron can be traced on the famous iron pillar of Chandra in Delhi. While the only example of writing on tin is now preserved in British Museum, London. However, from the above discussion, it may be said that metallic plates as writing materials were undoubtedly used popularly in ancient India. So last one, the palm leaf. It is very famous. Traditionally, palm leaf writing has been passed on from generation to generations through scholars and scribers in India. It was a customary practice that whenever a palm leaf decays, its contents are transferred onto fresh new leaves. And that was how our written ancient literature was passed on to the newer society. One scholar, John Samuel, he says lifespan of a palm leaf manuscript is about only 300 to 350 years. So the present manuscripts are mere copies of the earlier manuscripts, which are also replications. So manuscripts have been copied from generations to generation by a set of people. Each time a manuscript gets old or decays, it is transferred to a new leaves. These new ones are then preserved. The old manuscript is either burnt in ghee or thrown into the river. So there are several ways of processing palm leaf. That is another thing, how to process and how to make them suitable to write. So those methods also differ from region to region. In South India, different method is adopted where the Orissa and other Southeast, Kolkata part, Asia, even Southeast Asian countries have different techniques they have adopted different techniques. Palm leaves known as Tadapatra or Talapatra were very popular as writing material in especially South India. These leaves are easily available in quantity in almost every part of the country and cheap as well as lasting. The early reference to writing palm leaf are found in, again we go to the Buddhist text because those were written first. So we get the first instance in Jataka. So the Tripitaka was first written on palm leaves after the death of Buddha. Even Kautilya's Arthashastra also contains a list of forest products like burja and tala, palm leaves, palm leaves which are mentioned using for writing materials. Again, Huyan Sang, the celebrated Chinese pilgrim, has also noticed that the palm leaf manuscripts are very much prevalent in 7th century AD. Another Huili, his name is Huili, he is a disciple of Huyan Sang. He refers, he says one quotation, I quoted this quotation, it is not from Huyan Sang, it is quoted by Huili. So he says, we come to Konganapura, so one city of that time. To the north of the city is a forest of talas, complete city. About 13 circuit. The leaves of the tree are long and shining appearance. Eh, The people of the country use them for writing, and they are highly valued. So it is quotation. So most of the sacred texts in ancient India, including Guru Veda and other Sanatana Dharma texts also were written on palm leaf, which thus played a very, very important role in the cultural life of this country. But it should be noted that the palm leaf seems to have been used more in the south than in the north. North Burjapatra was used. Uh, so the palms are more common in South than in North India. Even lotus leaves. So lotus leaves were used as writing materials. One of the famous texts, Kalidasa. So he quotes in his Abhignana Shakuntala that he bears references where King Dushyanta himself says that here is the folded love letters committed to the lotus leaf with her means Shakuntala's nails. So the above lines shows that writing of temporary nature was made on later lotus leaves. Another text, Karpura Manjari, it is also a very famous 2nd century AD text, Karpura Manjari, written by Rajashekara. So he refers to letters written on Ketaki flower leaves. Triyarsa also informs us in the Naishada Charita. It is a text of 6th century. The use of leaves of golden Ketaki, Suvarna Ketaki flowers for writing letters with nails. So last part, we come to the paper. It is, as you all know, paper manuscripts, paper making was invented in China. Some people say it is from Egypt and some say China. So let's not go to that debate. So paper making was invented by China in the end of 1st century maybe. So although there are some earlier um, precursors. Slowly, knowledge of paper making spread over a period of centuries along the Silk Route, the very, very famous Silk Route, through Samarkand and to Baghdad, Iran. So, reaching Spain and also to Sicily by the 10th century. So, it is unclear whether knowledge of paper making reached India from China or through Central Asia. We don't know about that or Tibet or Nepal. So, or through Islamic traders in the Indian Ocean. Uh, it is notable that several of the later centers of paper making are Islamic, founded cities such as Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Faizabad, and Aurangabad. Perhaps the knowledge arrived from more than one source. Paper began to supplant palm leaf as the most um, writing support from about the 12th century, with some of the earliest paper manuscripts being found in Jaina libraries of Gujarat. Especially if you visit Koba, one of the famous manuscript library, you will find lakhs of paper manuscripts. So the left one, which is shown in the screen, it is also from Koba, even in Rajasthan also. The earliest use of paper in Indic context can be traced to the mid first millennium. So based upon the manuscript found in Buddhist sites along the ancient Silk Road. So I already quoted the Gilgit. Another province is Xiang province of China. And in also Gilgit in the northern Pakistan or POK area. Paper manuscripts became more widespread in the subcontinent beginning from the 11th century. In Nepal and eastern India, paper production was influenced by Chinese techniques and resembled that of Tibet and Southeast Asia, with the use of wood fibers as a raw material. In Western India, especially among Jain communities in Gujarat and Rajasthan, paper began to be used for manuscripts around the 12th or 13th century. Its manufacture was adapted from Persian methods and tended to use hemp or cotton, silk, and other repurposed textiles as raw material. Paper manuscripts were generally left unbound and were wrapped in a cloth for transport and protection in that time. So paper manuscript came to vogue at a much later in South India. It might be dated as far back to 30th century AD. The earliest example of paper manuscript found in India, the one manuscript is dated 1231 AD, which is found in a manuscript which is found in Patan, Gujarat, North Gujarat. And another one, Jain manuscript discovered in Limbdi, Saurashtra, in 1357. It belongs to 1357. So these are about the paper manuscripts. And these are the writing materials, so which are used to write the various manuscripts, especially Tadapatra and Burjapatra. So we call them, the first one is the stylus. Stylus means writing, it is like a modern pen. We call them as Sri Kanta. It is used like here and it is used like here and they have to carve the palm leaf. So these are the writing materials which are used by our ancestor, Shrikanta, Varnaka, Kashini. These are, you can see. And this is the type. So they have carved. It's a very, very difficult process. It is not that much easy. So they have done that with these materials, they have did these works. So now I come to the second part. Now it's all about the manuscripts, and now we are entering to another interesting subject. It is Indian script, ancient scripts. So as you all know, historians say one very famous quotation. So scripts are the key to history. Scripts are the key to history. Scripts are special symbols or symbols that all can interpret the different sounds of a language. The script is a permanent form of our common speech. The script is to preserve the communication power that language has given to us. History is a record of the fusion of both scripts and languages. So the script is the basis for the unveiling of pages of history written on the most common tools that our ancestor had at that time, like we have seen the stone, metal, bronze, tadapatra, etc. So, if we do not know about a script, then even with the availability of numerous historical evidences, the research will be incomplete. The best example in this case is the Indus civilization. So, which had created a wonderful civilization in the cities such as Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Mehergarh, Lothal, Dholavira, etc. So, although we have uh, so many several historical materials, our inability to read the Indus script still deprives us from the knowledge of that civilization. This is the Indus script, as you have seen everywhere. This is a very famous script of Indus people. So, on the contrary, the great history of ancient India has been unveiled by Brahmi script. So, it is deciphered by the great scholar James Prinsep. Maybe some of you have been heard his name, James Prinsep. If people from Kolkata is here, they may be heard that in Kolkata there is a ghat, Prinsep Ghat. It is very famous. It is named after him, James Prinsep. So he deciphered the Brahmi script. So it is his history. So I'm not going through. He has so many major uh, he has done so many major things in India, in modern Indian. So, uh, he deciphered the Brahmi script, and due to his decipherment, our history goes back to 5,000 years. Even before we were able to read Ashokan inscriptions. Likewise, the history and culture of ancient Egypt attracted the attention of the whole world as a result of decipherment of Rosetta inscription. You may be heard Rosetta inscription. Through reading the ancient script of Egypt, it is called as hieroglyphic script. Hieroglyphic script. So, as we all know, the history and culture of our country is so rich and ancient. Until the end of 19th century, we did not have the right answer to the age-old question of the history of India. The James Prinsep, a British numismatic scholar, he played an important role in finding the answer. In 1837, he first read the Brahmi script after many years of continuous research. So, which gave us a new vision to the antiquity and greatness of our history and culture. This discovery of the Brahmi script has opened the door to many new things in modern research on Indology. So we are very much indebted to that wonderful person, James Prinsep. So now we are going to learn about the history and evolution of some Indian scripts. First one, especially South Indian scripts. So the first one, I'm going to talk about Tamil or Old Tamil or Tamil Brahmi. We call them as Tamil Brahmi. The Brahmi is the oldest oldest known script in India. The Brahmi is the mother of all Indian scripts, as scholars have acknowledged. South Indian scripts have also evolved from Brahmi itself. There are three types of Brahmi. The first one is Brahmi of North India, Ashokan Brahmi. We call them Ashokan Brahmi. The second one is Kharoshti. It is used in Gandhara area or Afghanistan area or Pakistan area. It was used. And then the third one, Brahmi of South. Brahmi of South. So we can find the Brahmi of North in the inscription of Ashoka, as I told you. Kharoshti is the sister script of Brahmi. It is widely used in Northwest. I mean, Gandhara, Afghanistan, so modern day Afghanistan, and also in present day Pakistan, and also in Punjab area. The southern Brahmi is especially called as the Tamil Brahmi. From that, the various scripts of South India were evolved. So the earliest inscriptions of Tamil Nadu are in Tamil Brahmi. The language is Prakrit. Here it is language is Prakrit. Prakrit mixed Tamil. So most of all those ancient cave inscriptions in Tamil Nadu contain information about the donations of the Jains by the kings. Uh, no other non-Jain Tamil Brahmis writing has not been found yet. The Brahmi writings were also have been found on some remains and pots found in the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu and also in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. The inscription found in the caves in Tamil Nadu could not be read at first due to some peculiarities, such as inadequate awareness of the script used to writing. But later, after decipherment by James Prinsep, now we are able to read that script. Several attempts have been made to decipher and interpret the writings of these caves. Scholars like Sri Krishna Shastri, K.V. Subramanya Iyer, Narayan Rao, and then also T.V. Mahalingam, Airavatam Mahadevan. He did a very great work. He also worked on decipherment of Indus script, Airavatam Mahadevan. So, and others have worked on the decipherment and research of this script. So here there is in your screen you can see ka. It's a plus mark. That plus mark in Brahmi is ka, letter ka. So how a ka of Brahmi evolved as ka in various scripts of India, like in Devanagari, in Tamil, in Kannada, in Nandinagari, like this. You can see, it's very small, so it will be very difficult to see, but it is visible, I think. So, thus the development of various scripts happened in south from Brahmi. The Tamil Brahmi script evolved from the original Brahmi, followed by the Vatteluthu. Vatteluthu script is also one ancient script from Kerala or Tamil Nadu area. And then the Grantha script was evolved. On the other side, the Kannada and Telugu scripts evolved from Brahmi, and the in Kerala area, Arya Eluthu or Malayalam, which is very recent time, 17th century, and Tiglari scripts were evolved over time. So now the second scripts. So these are the um, studies of Sri Airavatam Mahadevan. So he made this table like the Brahmi, then Tamil Brahmi. From Tamil Brahmi, it is earlier Tamil Brahmi, it belongs to 1st century AD. And then later Tamil Brahmi. From Tamil Brahmi, Vatteluthu. From Vatteluthu, Tamil. And Tamil from Tamil, Grantha and other ancient scripts were evolved. So this is Grantha script. So what is Grantha? Grantha means we have heard that is book. So as you all know, Tamil script, it contains only 32 letters. So 32 letters. So all other Indian scripts have more than 50 or around 50 letters. So with 32 letters, they can't write a Sanskrit work in Tamil language. So even they use cha letter for every. In Tamil Nadu, ka and ga are same. So you know that. So that's why they have used this Grantha script to write the Sanskrit works. So Grantha is one of the oldest and most important script in South India. The popularity of this script is evidenced by the high availability of manuscripts in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra and South. Everywhere, thousands of manuscripts are available in this script. So around 6th century AD, we have traces of this script. From that time to till today, even till today, the writing and publication in Grantha script is in practice in Tamil Nadu. There are several publication press is in Chennai, Tanjavur, and Kumbakonam are still publishing books in Grantha script. The Grantha was used to write Sanskrit works and to write the unique religious language of Tamil Nadu, the Mani Pravada scriptures. So the evolution of Grantha script was recognized by scholars in 4 periods. That is Pallava Grantha, Western Grantha, Medieval Grantha, Modern Grantha. I'm not going deeply in those subject. It is not necessary for you. So you just have to learn about these are the varieties of Pallava. It's very Next, we come to the Kannada script. It is from our area. Kannada script is one of the Brahmi derived scripts. The Brahmi script, to be more precise, the southern Brahmi was used in Ashokan inscription, which were found in different parts of Karnataka like Sannati, Brahmagiri, Chandravalli, Koppala, and Siddhapura, Maski, very are some of the places. The Kannada script has come a long way from the Brahmi prototype. Under the rule of Shatavahanas, Kadambas, Ganga, Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Vaisala, and later dynasties, it underwent many significant changes. In the first stage, as you can see, in the first it is a Kadamba script. In the first stage, curves and decorative letters appeared instead of square type writing, angular characters. But it is not necessary to know that these changes were uniform and one-sided. As I already mentioned, in Vaisala inscriptions, they were used soft soft soap stones. If you visit Beluru or Halebedu, you can find out. So they are the soapstone, very soft stone. The letters are there. The letters are very round and decorative, as opposed to the very hardened granite stone which was used by the kings of Vijayanagara in Hampi area. There, the stone was very much hard. So the second stage of the development of the Brahmi script in Karnataka can be seen in the inscription of Banavasi, Malavalli, and Makadoni. So, excuse me. The script which was used in Kadamba inscriptions are known to be the oldest form of Kannada script. That is, it is possible to distinguish it from the Brahmi. At the time, square headers were used in Kannada and in the contemporary Gupta script. These letters are short and they already contain circular curves. So, one of famous king, Mayura Sharma, is Chandravalli inscription, Kakutsavarma's Halmidi inscription, and the same Kakutsavarma's Talagunda inscriptions belong to this time also. So another king, Mrugesha Varma's copper inscriptions can also be, we can add to this group. The use of Kannada script in Manuscript began very long ago. Now, the oldest Kannada manuscript available to us today belongs to 15th century. But we are sure that the usage of Kannada script is much older than that. So now we are going to look about the Telugu script. There are many similarities between Telugu script and they are like sister scripts, Kannada and Telugu. Um, at some point, linguists have argued that the two languages had a single identical script. The Kannada has evolved as a script that best suits for the what we call Acha Kannada or Dravidian sounds, as well the Sanskrit sounds used within it. As a result, there is a lot of resemblance to Kannada characters and the way they are pronounced. Some scholars argue that the Telugu script originated from Kadamba script, which is the earliest form of Kannada script, from the 4th to 5th century AD up to 30th century. The script in inscriptions from Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh have been used almost identical scripts, both of which are termed as Kannada Telugu script. In particular, the Kannada Telugu script of Badami Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, and Kalyani Chalukya era is the same. So, the Kannada and Telugu scripts began to have some differences after 14th century, after 14th or 15th century, and there were significant differences over the next 2 to 3 centuries. Yet, with a little effort, a Kannadiga can read easily, understand Telugu script, and also a Telugu people can read Kannada script without much difficulties. The Kannada and Telugu same similarities are also found in the manuscripts. So it is a challenging work for researchers to identify the script which is Kannada or whether it is Kannada or Telugu in most of the manuscript. Which belongs to 15th to 16th century. Next, we come to the Nandinagari script. So, Nandinagari script is a distinctive script of Karnataka. But at one time, its influence was in the whole South India. According to the outcomes of some research, we found that earliest writings of this script is in between 7th to 8th century. AD. However, the most complete form or evolved prototype of this script is found after only 10th century AD. The script was promoted in Dakkan area or south part of India, including Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and some part of Maharashtra. Some of the Pallava inscriptions of Tamil Nadu are also written in Nandinagari. Here is the interesting thing. This script was initially used only for writing inscriptions, and it was later used to write Sanskrit language text in the manuscripts. This is the Nandinagari script. It looks like a Devanagari, but it is not Devanagari. The question of why this script came to be known as Nandinagari is yet to be answered. So some scholars believe that this name Nandi have been derived. It is derived from Nandi, the most sacred god for Dakshinatyas or southern people. So we don't know exactly. The rulers of Vijayanagara used the Nandinagari script more often. Most of their inscription are in Nandinagari in Hampi area. As I said earlier, later this script was used to write manuscripts. The largest number of manuscripts of Nandinagari scripts are available in Karnataka only. Another special mention I would like to make is that there is a considerable variations in the nature of the Nandinagari script found in inscriptions and manuscripts. They are very much different. So next script is Tiglari or Tulu. Some people call it as a Tulu script. Some people call Tiglari. Tiglari script is the most widely used script in the coastal areas of, Mangalore area and even Kerala coastal area. Dakshina Kannada, Uttara Kannada, we call them the Dakshina part. So by the 10th century, the Tiglari was evolved as a variety of Arya Elathu, another ancient script from Kerala, Arya Elathu. This script was highly publicized in Kerala till the end of 15th century. Then the Malayalam script development has begun. So this script has been used extensively for writing Sanskrit text in especially in Shivamogga, Dakshina Kannada, Uttara Kannada, Malenadu area, even Kasargodu areas. Surprisingly, some manuscripts of this script were also found in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. The Tiglari script is also well known as I already told, Tulu script. Some scholars have expressed the view that they are different. However, scholars are sure that this argument is not true. I have quoted one of the prominent scholar of Kannada, Bannanje Govindacharya. He says that Sanskrit and Tulu, both languages, does not have their own scripts. As you know, Sanskrit does not have its own script. It used Devanagari as a script. That's all. So therefore, the Tuluva Brahmanas used the Tiglari script to write Sanskrit and Tulu language text. So that's why the name Tulu for Tiglari script became synonym. By one estimate, about 15,000 manuscripts have been found in Tiglari scripts. So 99% of these manuscripts are in Sanskrit. So only six Tulu language texts and seven Kannada texts are available in this script. So next one is Malayalam. It's very later one. Malayalam is the script of Kerala region. Until the end of the 15th century AD in Kerala, Vatteluthu and Arya and Tiglari scripts were very popular. Then the development of Malayalam script initiated. So it is well known that the 17th century AD, a poet, I have quoted him, Ramanujan Eluttachan. So Z means La. North Indians normally pronounce it another type, but if you found any Z in Keralian name, it is La, Eluttachan. He was the pioneer of this script. He brought a form of the Malayalam script which is confluence of Areyeluthu and Vatteluthu. In Kerala, Vatteluthu manuscripts are more than Malayalam script. The manuscripts are available in modern Malayalam scripts. Scripts are very less. Since many scripts such as Grantha, Vatteluthu, Areyeluthu, Tiglari, Malayalam are very popular in Kerala region. The process of identifying scripts available in those manuscripts is also very complex work. Sometimes we find a combination or confusion of these manuscripts in a single manuscript also. So next one is very famous in Maharashtra region. The Modi script. It is not Modi, it is Modi. The characteristics of this script is the writing that enchants the reader, as its name suggests. Modi means enchanting. It is very beautiful to look. This is a script that was written in a peculiar manner, that writing without lifting a stylus. You have to write it without lifting your pen or stylus up to the end of the sentence. So the calligraphy is very charming. This script was in the use up to 20th century. This is a medieval script. Modi was used for writing writing in Marathi, Persian, Arabic, and Kannada languages. This script was in use from the 13th century. It is initiated maybe 13th century to up to 20th century, at end of the 20th century. One hypothetical theory suggests that the Modi Lipi was brought into use by the Hemadri Mantri, is a minister, Hemadri Mantri in 13th century. It seems that Modi was used to write quickly, and that's why people did not use this script for the writing of inscription. Its impact on writing, though, is considerable. Modi script is a complex type of writing that runs uniformly from the beginning to end. So here you can see the style of Modi. So it's very beautiful to look. It was used in the period of Devagiri Yadavas, and the Marathas and the Peshwas used this script excessively for the writing of the documents. This script was used to convey hidden meanings, hidden things from the eyes of enemies. After the Mysore state went to the hands of Hyderali, the Kannada Modi script was in high use during the reign of Diwan Purnaya, and the script was also used by Marathi Karakunas, means clerks, in the Mysore kingdom even after Tipu Sultan. It is noteworthy that several historical documents of South are in Modi script. By learning Modi, one can learn lot of new things regarding our history. Many earlier records of northern Karnataka are in this script. The use of this script can be seen in many manuscripts found in the house of Desai, Gowda, and Kulakarni, especially in North Karnataka and also in Maharashtra region. So these are the scripts which are major scripts of ancient South India. So in North India, there are several. There are thousands, hundreds of. Sorry, not thousands. There are um, uh, thousands of manuscripts have so many variations of Devanagari. We call them Ranjana, Nevari, Gurumukhi. These are the ancient scripts of northern India. I didn't cover that part here because it is another thing. So now I would like to conclude my lecture here. So these are the major ancient scripts of India. The study and research of Indian scripts need to be done continuously. Many manuscriptologists and archaeologists have carried out several research in this field. However, in recent days, we have seen that this research has come down a lot. So the study of manuscripts and scripts is stagnant these days. There are many well-known manuscript libraries in all over India are available for research. I want to show you. So here, the major manuscripts libraries in South India for your references. Um, there is a government Oriental Manuscript Library in Chennai, Tanjavur, Maharaja Sarfoji, Saraswati, Bandar Library, um, Oriental Research Institute, Mysore, and also Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute in Pune, Oriental Manuscript Library and Research Institute in Trivandrum, Osmania University Library, Hyderabad, Sri Venkateshwara University Library, Tirupati. So these are the collections of manuscript in those museums or in those libraries. So the one thing I would like to mention here that the very, very famous Kautilya's Arthashastra was found and published from Mysore ORI, which was in Tiglari script. That is also one special thing. Karnataka University of Dharwad also has great thousands of Kannada and Nandinagari manuscripts, and I already quoted so many south manuscript libraries. In northern part, uh, Koba in Gujarat is a very good library, manuscript library, especially for Jaina studies. Royal Asiatic Society of Kolkata has a great collection of manuscripts. State Museum of Bhubaneswar, it's also have good collection. Raghunath Library in Jammu, it has hundreds of Sharda script manuscript from Kashmir. There are thousands of mutts. Monasteries have, even individuals have manuscript collections. So the study and research of these manuscripts will require a large number of scholars and transcribers. I already told you 50 lakh, more than 50 lakh manuscripts we have. So who can read it? So we need so many scholars in this area. So in this backdrop, that the National Mission for Manuscript was established in 2003 by the central government. It is well known that although the agency has undertaken certain functions, it has nothing to do with the broadness of this work. So universities and manuscript libraries therefore have a responsibility to prepare young scholars for this work by conducting many training programs in addition to manuscript research and publications. So I wish some of you will pursue the interest in this field and also encourage your students so to this field. So these are the some manuscript libraries, and these are some beautiful images I would like to show you. From some manuscripts. These are the manuscript of Rasaraja. Rasaraja, it is from Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Um, this manuscript, and this is also from one Tantra text belongs to 17th century. Right side, you can see a beautiful illustrations of Devi, goddess. And this is Ramayana Balakanda with pictures. So it is a paper manuscript. Ramayana was written in Kannada, old Kannada script, and the pictures was used in natural colors. They were used natural colors. So how beautiful you can see that it belongs to 18th century. And then it is a Persian. It is a Persian manuscript. It used gold color, gold ink, so gold, pure gold. It is from our Srirangapatana library. And this is also some manuscripts. Mm, Bodha. Okay. So this is also from Rajasthan. And so I once again